We got perfect Cell. We got Tristan Brown. Oh man.
Hello.
We can't hear him.
Oh no. Chad, Ben,
oh
no,
muted. They're muted. Oh no.
Now I'm unmuted. You good? We good now?
Yeah.
There's too many
okay.
people in this call. It automatically muted everybody.
Yeah. No, I was saying it was like when I was loading in, you can hear audio before you get here, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I hear Jobber, and then sure enough, yeah. Anyway, so we always start these things off by saying thank you so much for supporting the Kickstarter and for helping us bring the show back. Obviously, it means the world to Ben, myself, the whole team. So thank you so much, and we hope you've been enjoying the episodes.
Oh yeah, I've been enjoying the new season a lot. Like with 2005, Giorno versus Joker has been one of my most wanted matchups for a while. To see that being second, I was sold.
Yeah, we were
Awesome.
when the Rooster Teeth shutdown was happening, and we learned that episode probably maybe wasn't going to happen at all. We were so bummed because we were so excited about that one. But yeah, and the general idea behind this call, I'm sure these guys have told you, but the floor is yours. However you want to talk about your matchup, go for it. There's no pressure or expectation or anything like that. We're mainly just excited to talk to you about why you're excited about your matchup idea.
All right, cool. And I'm excited to share this. So here, I actually do have a presentation prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so today we will be talking about Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts versus Pain from Naruto. Now then, to start off, wait, what? What's this egg doing here? Hello? Koromon, what are you doing here? Oh no, the presentation! What's going on? Okay, I guess we're doing Cell versus Dioboromon instead then. Sorry about that.
All right.
The bait and switch, all right.
Well, Cell versus Dioboromon was on the email.
No, I know. I was playing along for the video, man.
Sorry. All right, but yeah, I do have a slide for Cell's backstory, but I think we all know who Cell is by now.
I've never heard of this Cell guy.
I mean, he is clearly one of the biggest Dragon Ball villains to have yet appear on the show, and people really want Cell. Like, if you bring the character on, people will come to watch the episode. This is just a small sample of Cell matchups I have seen floating around the web. Dark Samus, Metal Sonic, Zygarde, Miram, Ultimate Cars, Ultron. Like, people want Cell, but they can't decide what matchup fits him. And
I like how almost every single image is him doing this.
Yeah,
now has that
thinking pose.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
but you have the answer.
Yeah, and my answer is none of these, because one thing about Cell that a lot of these matchups, they lean into the fact that Cell is like an amalgamation of all the other Z fighters, and I never really liked that angle for deciding his opponent, just because part of his appeal is that he absorbed people. Like, he had to crawl his way up as a villain, absorbing people, eliminating entire cities in order to craft his transformation. I always saw him more as a hunter, so to be a truly perfect Cell matchup, I would want an opponent that could evolve and transform to fight Cell so that all his main forms get represented. Thus enters Dioboromon from Digimon. Dioboromon, I will explain because probably the more obscure character. He is one of the strongest Digimon from the original Digimon Adventures anime. His Digi-Egg was formed as a result of the increased amount of viruses appearing over the web. As he hatched as a Koromon, like at the beginning of this pitch, he had the sole goal of just consuming as much computer data as possible. Upon evolving into his mega form, Dioboromon, his goal shifted to just worldwide destruction.
Is this the one from the movie?
Yeah, this is the one from the movie.
Okay.
So you can already kind of see...
what it's called.
Yeah. Dioboromon. So there are a few connections you can already make. Both are insect-like antagonists created by technology who gain power through absorption, so with people and the androids, Dioboromon through data, and both are driven to evolve as the purpose of their creation, starting relatively weak, but then becoming deadlier with each new form they achieve, so with his transformations, and of course, You got Caramon, digivolves into Infernmon, digivolves into Dioboromon. This will also give the episode a unique identity as theme of hunters that absorb and evolve as throughout the fight. And as far as marketability goes, Dioboromon is not as obscure pick as you might imagine, since Digimon in general has seen a massive spike in popularity since the last Death Battle, where it was featured with Lucario versus Renamon. We also have like the new Digimon game coming out, Digimon Story Time Stranger, a new anime, Digimon Beat Break, and Dioboromon is significant because it is the only Digimon villain to have 2 movies designated for it. Both the original one and Digimon 02 Dioboromon Strikes Back. And his original movie was faithfully redubbed for the first time back in 2004 in the Discotheque Digimon movie collection. So he's kind of been more exposed in recent times than you'd think.
Is it actually called Diaboromon Strikes Back? That is the real title of it?
Yes. Well, at least in America, it's called Diaboromon Strikes Back.
Yeah.
They are not beating the Pokemon comparison allegations. But yeah, just to go over a few abilities that might be important in this battle. Of course, Cell has his Dragon Ball stuff, Ki, firing off Kamehamehas. He uses his tail to absorb organic beings and add to his power level. He is strong enough to destroy a planet, even in his semi-perfect form, as you can see from his, self-destruct thing. He can spawn Cell Juniors to aid him, all of which share the same power level as him, that can be spawned out with relative ease. He can regenerate his entire body from as little as a single nucleus, and he gets a Zenkai boost every time he almost dies, thanks to Saiyan DNA. Dioboromon has a few similar but also unique abilities. He is a Mega-level Digimon, which is the strongest form any Digimon can take. He gains more power as he consumes data. He's able to travel from the real world from the digital world and vice versa through any device that connects to the internet, like a computer, a phone or something. He is capable of rapidly multiplying himself, creating millions of duplicates within seconds. This picture in the upper left corner, all this black, those are all just Dioboromon.
Oh, dang.
So he can create an army. And he can also merge with these clones, allowing him to digivolve further into Armageddonmon, this other picture below him, which can easily defeat both Omnimon and Imperial Dioboromon in the second movie. Dioboromon is also insanely fast. He was able to infect the entirety of the World Wide Web within less than a day, and he can even hack into any technology he can get his access on, especially a US government, which he used to launch nuclear missiles across the planet. Yeah, this matchup is kind of crazy.
Okay.
And as far as how the fight would go, I kind of see it as a more realized version of Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers, where part of the fight is also spent trying to absorb and hunt as much as it is fighting each other. It would start out in Professor Giroux's lab, where Caramon is eating data, and then Cell is awakened to defeat him. They would try to absorb each other, but then realized, oh wait, you're made of data, and you're made of biology. We can't absorb each other. So then the fight would transition over to the city. They would get their forms of Infernmon and Semi-Perfect Cell, as they just kind of spend this phase mostly hunting, Infernmon going through computers and absorbing data, Cell wreaking havoc in the streets. By the time they're in their more iconic forms, Cell has his Cell Juniors and are fighting an onslaught of Dioboromon, which are rapidly multiplying, and it'll be a citywide scale fight. It would culminate into one final act where self-destructs, taking away the city, as Dioboromon forms Armageddonmon for one climactic finish, to which it's pretty agreed upon that Dioboromon would win. People want Omnimon to fight Gogeta. That gives you an idea of the scale of these combatants, which is pretty fine because, as we know, Cell is part Goku, so we keep up the tradition of every version of Goku never surviving a death battle.
Oh no!
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 164th or whatever, right?
I mean,
yeah.
Really at this point, come on. But yeah, But if you want to know more about the debate, shameless plug, we did discuss a bit of the battle on the fan cast. I'm not going to play it for you because it's 2 hours long, but if you're curious about it, you can check it out.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, you can send over the presentation to an email. It'll pop up here in the chat. That way, we'll have this, to reference if we want to.
Oh yeah,
we're thinking about the mashup.
Here's some just last-minute miscellaneous stuff. I think synthetic rock would be a great music choice, just because you get the rock of early Dragon Ball with synthesized Digimon. My title, Viral Evolution, just to reference both internet viruses and, of course, the fact that they evolve. This could be done.
Are you referencing Dragon Ball Evolution specifically?
Yes, obviously. The best movie. But yeah, this battle could be done well with 2D or 3D models. I mean, 2D sprites or 3D models. Dioboromon's entire line has 3D models you could easily recycle from the Cyber Sleuth game, so you wouldn't have to make new ones. Personal preference, but I would love to see Takahata 101 reprise his Cell for this fight.
That'd be cool.
And I would also love a scene where combatants are attacked in the middle of their transformation, which is a reference to something Dioboromon did in his movie as Infernmon. Here's just some other thumbnail arts created by some people from the fan cast and myself. Here's a meme that Sherm made for the fan cast debate. We won't jump you, we swear. And that is all I have to present. I will now take the time to answer any questions you have.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, great job. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
It's so funny when I think of a Cell matchup, I'm always picturing perfect Cell. But I love that the aspect of this is going through all the different evolutions, right?
Yeah, because I want Cell to be represented in all his forms, and a lot of the more popular ones don't really touch on that as much. They always focus as, he's a combination of things, where it's no, he's a hunter, you got to get the transformations in there.
I guess my question is what about the evolutions and the lesser forms makes this matchup the most interesting to you? What would you want to see out of the lesser forms?
Well, the kind of idea for both of these villains is that they didn't really start off the strongest. Cell, his first appearance, he gets basically bodied by Piccolo. And Caramon, he's only a rookie level. He gets overwhelmed by the champion level Digimon at the beginning of the movie. Part of the appeal is seeing them claw up, slowly gaining power. You have the build up throughout the transformation. So it's less about showing off the lesser forms, but more just showing the progression of their characters, because absorbing and coming into their own perfection forms, that's part of the arc of the character. So if we want to I just wanted to see that represented, just because you're basically just taking Cell at the end, and a lot of the cool appeal was just seeing him reach that perfection, not the perfection itself, in a sense, if that makes sense.
Sure. So exploring the struggle, I guess.
Yeah.
I like the idea these characters.
I like the idea that both of them are hunters. So getting them to see hunting in the field, Cell absorbing people, and then Caramon just dashing through all the technology, causing a ruckus. These are monsters that disrupt society, so I just kind of want to see them kind of do that within the fight.
Sure. Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Could get very complex, but it would be very cool.
Oh yeah.
And we got to bring in more Digimon, right? We got to get a Digimon fight in here that isn't Tai and Agumon,
and ending on a very horrific, traumatizing death. Maybe not.
Exactly. Cell's gonna have his legs broken and bleeding out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jiro. I wish I could have done more. Add one more to the traumatized child.
There you go.
But it's Cell of all people, so it's okay.
Have him sing My Way dramatically, get the TF fans crying as well.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah. very intriguing idea, and I do
For
like
sure.
the unique approach to the different, like really emphasizing the different forms and stages of their growth, essentially as part of the fight. Definitely a lot to that could be explored there for sure. Like Chad said, I can't remember if it was actually posted before, but yes, it was. So if you want to, you don't have to, but you can send the whole presentation to that email that's in the chat, and that way we could reference it later. But
well, definitely.
just generally speaking, that was great.
Yeah.
you killed that presentation. That was great.
All right, thank you. I am so glad you enjoyed it. And even if this doesn't become a death battle, Death Battle has been a big inspiration for me creatively. I really like, without sounding weird, I like the brutality of it. So that's kind of...
It's okay. I've pitched some of the most horrific deaths we've had in the show. So like, you're all good. Don't worry about it.
It's
yeah.
It's part of what makes it like stick with people, you know? It's
yeah, it gives it character. So
yeah,
I just wanted to say thank you again for creating it. And, it's just been an honor just to be able to share this idea and actually get to talk to you two today.
Well, it's been great talking with you as well, and thank you for supporting the show for so long, and also financially, like not just watching it, but also like contributing to Kickstarter. Yeah, like
I'm
so really excited. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm excited for Tom versus Wily coming up. So,
well, I hope you like it when it comes out. I hope it doesn't disappoint.
I don't want to overhype it, but I got to watch it the other day. It's pretty sick.
Oh, we're gonna overhype it right now.
Yeah, but I'm going to overhype it. Yeah, it's really good.
All right, well, that'll call it for us. But have a good rest of your day. Take care. Amazing idea. Amazing pitch.
All right, thank you for hearing me out. Hope you have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye, flies on the wall. Later.